Welcome back to part 2 of creating animations with HTML Canvas. I'm Shruti Kapoor and I'm excited to show you how to create a firework animation using just vanilla JavaScript and HTML Canvas element. Let's get started. In this video, we'll be taking the code that we have already written for creating circles in step 1 of this tutorial and extend it to make a cool fireworks animation. If you missed part 1 of this tutorial, click here to watch that video first. I'll be using CodePen for this tutorial so you can have access to it later. Let's get started. So far on our canvas, we have a canvas with a ball traversing the width and height of the canvas. It moves direction every time it touches the wall. Now, first thing, we want our firework animation to appear when we move our mouse. So for that, we'll update the event handler to be mouse move instead of a click. Now let's use JavaScript's object-oriented programming to build a class called particle. We'll be using this class to draw and create multiple circles on the canvas. In the future, you can also use this class to draw stars, rectangles, squares, or any other shape. We'll create a constructor for this class which accepts x and y, the center of the circle. We'll need to set the class variable x and y to be the x and y that was passed to us to this class. Now we already had a method called drawCircle which we were using to create an arc, which is actually the circle. We're just going to update this by moving it inside our class since we need to draw this particle. Let's also make sure we update our x and y. Now we have a radius here. Let's create a radius in our constructor and update this variable to this.radius. Let's give our circles a random radius between 0 and 10. This will create circles of different sizes and it'll be super fun. Let's clean up this function and remove stroke styles, which we don't really need anymore, and update the function name to be just draw. In the future, if we want this class to create stars or rectangles or polygons, we can create multiple draw methods, and based on each type, we can switch between which draw we want. Now, in our animate function, we call drawCircle. Let's remove that. Let's create a new function called createParticles, which we'll use to create particles on the screen when we first start. So the plan here is that we want to create particles on the canvas and then use each particle's draw and update method to draw on the canvas and move the particles. So basically, we need to keep track of all the particles that are on the canvas. For that, we'll create a particles array to store the particles as we are creating them. Now in our createParticles function, let's create new particles at x and y coordinates, which will be passed to us, which is really just wherever our mouse is. We're going to use a for loop to create a specific number of particles and then push these particles to particles array. In our handle drawing function, we were doing a bunch of setup. Let's clean it up and also call createParticles function. We created particles, but we haven't drawn them yet. So now we need to just draw them. In our animate function, we are going to call drawParticles, which basically loops through each particle in the particles array and calls its draw method. Sweet. We're creating a bunch of particles when we move this mouse. The functionality so far can also be used to create a draw app like this. All right, now let's make these particles move. We were doing this earlier as well in step 1 of the tutorial, where we added dx to the center of the circle. Let's move these lines of code into a new class method called update. We'll update the variables as well and create a new class property, speedx and speedy, which we'll use to set random values as well. Now in animate function, we're going to call update method. Great, we've got particles moving now. Let's give it a random color. We have the fill style currently set to red. Let's create a class property called color and use that to fill style. There are multiple ways of filling in a color. We can use RGB, there's just the string value such as red, blue, green, or hex value, or hue saturation value. Today we're going to use hue saturation value just because it's easier to change colors by incrementing this hue value. To color a particle with hue, we're going to use the HSL equation here, which stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. We'll initialize a value of hue equals 0 and use this equation to add color. On update, we'll also increment the value of hue, which will change the color of the particle. Now when we move the mouse, we have lots of beautiful particles all over the screen. To give it a firework effect, we need a little bit of tail behind the circle. Remember when we created our moving ball in step 1 of this tutorial, we cleared our canvas to avoid streaks? We can bring back the streak effect and make it look nicer and like a tail of a firework by avoiding the clear rect and instead filling our canvas with the semi-transparent black color. So here we are filling our canvas with an RGB value of black with alpha of 0.05. The smaller the alpha, the bigger the streaks or the tail will look. We can play around with the value of this alpha to achieve our desired effect. Sweet, I'm loving this effect. It kind of looks like stars in a distant galaxy. Reminds me of Star Wars, really. To create various effects, we can also play around with the speed x and speed y, the coordinates of the circles x and y. I encourage you to fork this CodePen and play around with it and have fun. It can easily be extended to create fun animations. If you do play with this, link your CodePens in the comments section. I would love to see what you came up with. Stay tuned for part 3 of this Canvas tutorial. If you like this video, please support me and my channel by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you so much. And now, here's a dev joke.